Let's begin the conversation about Congress and all eyes there today with Arshi Siddiqui, CEO of Bellwether Government Affairs, a former senior staffer to Nancy Pelosi. Arshi, thanks for being here this morning on Connecting America. We appreciate it. Your turn to answer that question of the day. What do you see as the biggest concern or biggest challenge for Congress coming up?
I think the biggest challenge for Congress is the cost of living crisis. And I think you will see Democrats really trying to laser focus on that front in the government funding negotiation. So that is something that's been gotten lost in the shuffle, as you have covered quite well. There's a lot of uncertainty. There is, I'd say, chaotic uncertainty in Washington across the board. But at the end of the day, the president did a really good job in the campaign of highlighting the need to address these cost of living issues. And since that time, there hasn't been enough done. And actually, families are facing greater challenges, not less, and some more greater challenges on the horizon as well.
Arshi, what do you think is the priority for Congress right now as we get out of this Labor Day weekend? What do you see as the priorities?
Well, I think the challenge is that the House, Senate, and White House, as you know, is controlled by Republicans. And for the president, he has unfettered access on the agenda. So the agenda really does change based on the president's day. So I think that is how there hasn't been a check or balance by Republicans in Congress so far to really set an agenda that is focused. And so I think government funding, though, I think all three issues that you highlighted are there, but they all have political undertones and an ideological undertone rather than the policy focus that I think meets this moment.
How confident are you? And I think I know the answer to this question, but we have to ask whether Congress can get anything done and avoid a government shutdown, the deadline being September 30th.
You know, it's interesting because the one piece that I would take a little bit of pushback on is I think there has been a tried and true model for Democrats and Republicans to work on these must-pass bills together. So I think that in the past has been something at the forefront. But I think in this year, we have seen a breakdown of that bipartisan bandwidth and muscle memory. So this negotiation really is a question of, can Republicans really enter into a good faith negotiation with Democrats to find some common ground? And I think Congress, there is a lane and there's a pathway. But I think, again, it depends on the political calculus that the president makes in these negotiations.
All right. Arshi Siddiqui, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.